record.
Nice.
And just so everybody's on the same page.
Yay! Brilliant.
Fabulous.
Okie dokie. I'm recording. I'm all good. Are you good?
I'm recording. We're good. We're here to talk.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Well, I guess let's get started. For those who aren't familiar, would you mind introducing yourself and telling us a little bit about what you do?
Hi, I'm Riley Reyes. I'm an adult performer, and I'm also the chair of APAC, the Adult Performer Advocacy Committee, which is a labor group by and for adult film performers, which helps advocate for their rights on set and off.
Cool. And you're based out of LA as well with APAC, right?
That's correct. I am Los Angeles based.
Cool. Can you tell us a little bit about like what APAC does, like how you help performers?
I'm trying to think of the most succinct way to do this since we have far-reaching goals. APAC is primarily a labor advocacy group. It is run entirely by volunteer performers, and most of our work is either community-facing in the form of resources like doctors, legal help, mental health support, or it is outward-facing towards legislators, in which we will lobby for legislation that would benefit adult performers and sex workers as a whole.
Okay, cool. I imagine that, so like APAC works with adult performers. I imagine that a lot of full service sex workers would want an organization like, or would find an organization like that very useful as well.
There are organizations for full service sex workers. SWAP, the Sex Worker Outreach Project, works with sex workers of all kinds, whether they're adult film performers, full service sex workers, strippers, or anything else that falls under the sex work umbrella. And APAC works in conjunction with other sex work organizations a lot. We form coalitions and advocate for each other's interests because, honestly, a lot of sex work overlaps. Many adult film performers also escort, also webcam, also dance, and any legislation that affects one group of us often will affect all of us. Okay,
cool. Do the organizations that mainly help full service sex workers have to like operate by or like in the shadows? Because in the US it's like fully criminalized, right?
In the United States, sex work is fully criminalized, but even organizations that help full service sex workers, like the Sex Worker Outreach Project, operate pretty openly in terms of finding people legal assistance and other support. They just can't actively advocate for the sex work itself or do anything that might fall under pimping or pandering laws. But they can provide a lot of resources, a lot of community, and a lot of advocacy.
Okay, cool. So I guess like what are the major obstacles to the work that you do with APAC, or the work that any of those organizations do to sort of helping sex workers? Like what are your like major goals, and what are the major things that stand in the way of that?
Oh my goodness. I'm going to have a drink.
I know these are big questions.
I just went to a huge workshop where we talked about all of our goals. We want to do so many things. Oh my God.
Have some tea as well.
I think the biggest goal of all of the sex worker organizations I talk to is the full decriminalization of full service sex work. And that's not just of selling sex itself. It's of buying sex. It's of helping people who are selling sex. It's of creating homes where you can work cooperatively and sell sex. Because I understand in the UK, the selling of sex itself isn't the problem, but all of the parallel activities are still criminalized, which leads to workers still living under this kind of threat of constant police violence.
Yeah, I put out a call on Twitter, and if you saw, asking for sex workers all over the world to kind of add to their experience, and one of the big things I heard from the UK is just like, yeah, it's not the selling and the buying, but it's like everything else. So it's still kind of like de facto criminalized.
You're still forced into a black market situation, which is always more unsafe for labor.
Mm-hmm. So I guess this kind of leads us quite neatly onto decriminalization. Like, what is it to you? What is it to the people that you work for and with? And I see a lot of people conflating it with legalization as well.
Well, I have a note.
so
Help me be more succinct.
I've got my YouTube brand notebook.
I've got a piece of printer paper I folded in half. Let's see. So the principal difference between decriminalization and legalization is that decriminalization is the repeal of statutes that would make something a crime, and legislation is making something legal and then subjecting it to its own statutes and laws and licensing. So practically, in the real world, that would mean that decriminalization would allow sex workers to operate without fear of arrest, but relatively independently and without a lot of infrastructure. Whereas legalization would probably require a lot of licensing, maybe specific venues, and tends to lead to sort of a brothel system. A lot of sex workers don't like that because you pretty much just end up with legalized pimps. I've heard people who've worked in brothels say, oh no, it's basically exploitation. It's just that the government is my pimp. And that's why we would prefer decriminalization, a form of removing the threat of legal violence from sex workers in which they'll still have agency to operate freely.
And I've heard from some people that legalization can create like a two-tier system where if you don't have the money to like afford the license or the right like ways in which that, if you can't jump through the hoops for whatever reason, then you're kind of still criminalized.
Right. So the most marginalized people could still be criminalized under legalization if they can't afford all of those licenses and fees. Or the most marginalized would be forced to work for some guy who had the money to own a brothel and pay for all their licensing in exchange for them to be under his thumb, which I don't like.
So I guess I imagine that just because I'm a leftist, I've seen some left-wing people saying as well that like decriminalizing an industry, like you sound like Reagan, like deregulation, but I guess what it seems like we're touching on is that decriminalization puts the power a bit more in the hands of the workers, whereas legalization, it's kind of more the bosses.
Exactly. That is the crux of things. Decriminalization puts the power in the hands of the workers and in the hands of labor, and legalization, in many cases, requires you to have some wealthy capitalist who can pay for all of your licenses and the legalized brothel, who is going to take a large percentage of your money and control the way in which you move through the world. I know in a lot of the brothels in Nevada, you have required shifts and you have to live on the premises. Your whole life is sort of controlled, at least for the time you're there, by the brothel owner, which I don't want for my people.
Yeah. I see why. So I guess before we move on, it's kind of going back a little bit to APAC and your role with that. I imagine that because I'm a guy and because of the people I've decided to speak to and have as research for this, I imagine I'll have a lot of people saying, you've not spoken to anyone who's really representative of the industry. But I guess something that I've been finding is that the impression I get is that it's so diverse that nobody could really be like the one perfect representative of it. But I guess like who do you see leading discussions about sex work, and whose voices would you like to see amplified more?
Largely, I see discussions about sex work, at least in the public eye, being led by white feminist celebrities who are interested in stopping sex trafficking. There's very little public discourse about sex work as labor rights at all. And lately that's been changing. I've been so excited to see the word SWERF entering popular usage in leftist spaces. SWERF is a sex work excluding radical feminist. And that is a very, very recent term. And it has only been in the past few years that I have seen non-sex workers proudly stand up for sex work as valid labor. And I'm pretty excited to see those tables turning. I recently saw an article in Rolling Stone about how decriminalization of sex work was becoming an issue for the 2020 election in the United States because Democratic candidates are getting those questions now when they hold town halls. People are starting to recognize it.
Yeah, I saw that article as well. Yeah, I saw that article too, and I guess under criminalization, it must be difficult to get the right experts and the right people having that conversation. I mean, if obviously there's like a safety issue, I can get you on the show and it's all right. But if I were to get an undocumented migrant sex worker on, then obviously there's a risk that they might, get in trouble for it.
Yeah, under criminalization, it is very hard to get the voices of the most marginalized represented because it is so dangerous for them. They could be arrested. If they're a migrant worker, they could be deported. If they're trying to pass in a small community where they're a parent, they could be outed. Lots of sex workers can't put their names and faces to any kind of a movement. They just do the work and try to survive. And in my position of incredible privilege, my mountain of cis white porn girl privilege, I try to uplift the causes that will best help those people. And I do have some amount of conversation with the people who are more marginalized and exist at the fringes of sex work. They just don't want to put their faces on things.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. So you mentioned trafficking earlier on, and we've kind of touched a bit on migration. SESTA and FOSTA. Could you tell us a little bit about those? Like what are they? What's the impact been?
All right. So, I have also notes. So, SESTA and FOSTA are federal bills in the United States that have criminalized certain kinds of sexual speech on the internet. Basically, what they've done is made it illegal to talk about sex or sex work on online platforms, and they have made the platforms liable for that speech. So if someone were advertising sex work on Craigslist or talking about sex work on YouTube in a way that could be seen as trying to sell it,
right,
they could be criminalized. The platforms themselves, YouTube or Craigslist. That's why Craigslist has shut down their personal ad section. And that is why Tumblr is no longer a place where sex exists. Like, everyone was very upset when they lost sex off of Tumblr, and I don't think they realized that it was a direct domino effect from something that was designed to stop sex work under the guise of wanting to stop trafficking.
And I guess as well that the Tumblr thing, I know a lot of people were like saying, oh, what about these artists? But I guess for some people, it's like, it's a livelihood that they've lost.
Yeah, and deplatforming of sex workers is not just loss of advertising space. It is actual violence towards the most marginalized. Not only do they lose the online spaces where they advertise, that keep them off of the street and out of the arms of pimps, they also lose the ability to gather and congregate online to screen clients. Mm-hmm. The places where people put up blacklists and or screening mechanisms that would help them know if people were bad or unsafe clients got removed under FOSTA SESTA as well and made everyone's lives more dangerous.
Yeah, I guess like if two sex workers wanted to talk to each other and be like, hey, this client's no good, or this client's a time waster, or even like this client wants something that I don't do but you do, so let me kick you a gig, that all goes, does it?
Online spaces where they do it have been criminalized, so it all has to become in person or illegal. And
I guess the Tumblr thing was the same in the US as it is in the UK. So when Tumblr changed their rules, it wasn't just all the adult content on the US site that went down; it was the whole thing. So I guess like Sester and Foster have had international impacts because, you know, as the old saying goes, America sneezes and the rest of the world catches cold.
I have not heard that saying, but it is funny.
Yeah, the tail that wags the dog. So you mentioned that Sester and Foster were brought in under the guise of trying to stop human trafficking. How do you see the word? Because trafficking is like quite a complex term, and I see it get used a lot in very different ways. How do you see it being used? Kind of, what do you understand by the meaning and the usage of it?
Well, trafficking is any instance in which labor is performed under force, fraud, or coercion. Mm-hmm. And any kind of labor trafficking is a problem, whether it's sex trafficking or trafficking of agricultural workers. I think a big thing people miss who are against sex trafficking is that even if sex work were fully decriminalized, sex trafficking would still be illegal. Mm-hmm. Even though agricultural work is legal, trafficking people into it is illegal. Labor rights violations are labor rights violations. And if we decriminalize sex work, we can begin to treat the violations that occur under it as just that. And people will be able to come forward and report that.
Yeah, because I guess at the moment, if people come forward and report it, then they run the risk of being deported or of being arrested for a crime.
Right. A sex worker can't come forward and file something with the labor board about the way in which her pimp is mismanaging her money.
Mm-hmm. Under criminalization, at least, because I know that in New Zealand that has actually happened under decriminalization. People have actually like brought legal cases against management.
Beautiful. And another thing is under partial decriminalization, like the Nordic model, mm-hmm. a worker could come forward with complaints, but a client couldn't. For example, if a client were to see a worker and realize that she seemed scared, uncomfortable, and perhaps underage, he would have no one he could report that to. People like to assume that all buyers of sex are terrible and sleazy, but many of them want to see someone who is fully consenting. And if they can tell that the worker that they're seeing is in an unsafe situation, they might want to report. But criminalization takes away the opportunity for any kind of a good Samaritan, even under the Nordic model. That has happened. I know someone who works for a decriminalization organization in Florida who had someone calling her from, I think, Sweden saying, I saw a girl and I think there's something wrong, but I can't call the police. Right. Help me.
Wow. I had something else on Foster and Sester and decriminalization, but
sorry, I might have,
No, that's fine. I feel like absolutely feel free to wander. You don't have to stay on script or anything. I had something else, but I think I've forgotten it. But we might come back to it as well. What else did I have? A few people have got in touch to tell me about stigma and how criminalization plays into stigma. And because I'm not in the industry, it's something that I don't have much of an understanding of. So how do you see that play out in your work and in the work of the people you work with?
I always tell people the worst thing about sex work is the stigma. And a lot of them are shocked. People think I'm going to tell them things about sleazy agents or terrible producers or some sort of bad clients. But the worst thing about sex work is the stigma that is heaped upon you from the outside world. Stigma loses people their loved ones. It loses people their families. They get harassed and trolled. And stigma also strips people of resources that they need. I just had a friend who does fully legal sex work, who does porn, who got served an eviction notice for having known pornographers come and go from her apartment and that they were making too much noise.
That's interesting because that means that whoever reported that must have recognized them.
Oh, yeah, they knew who we were.
And is that...
Yeah. And fortunately for my friend who faced this eviction notice, she is another sex work advocate and has access to sex work friendly lawyers who are helping her fight this eviction notice. But many people who face that kind of discrimination simply have to leave and not make trouble because they don't know their rights and they'd rather not stand and fight, so they end up losing their housing. People have lack of access to many resources that the rest of us take for granted. They could be kicked out of their homes. They could lose their banking. They could lose online platforms even if they don't post anything lewd on them. They could be denied access to mental health care, certainly unstigmatized mental health care. And let me tell you how hard it is to find a gynecologist who will have an honest conversation. Is that
kind of discrimination legal? Is it legal to evict someone in the US for being an adult actor, or?
You can evict someone in the United States for performing illegal activities on the premises. So that would certainly include full service sex work. And if you really wanted to be difficult, you could probably say shooting pornography without a film license, which is what most small-scale producers end up functionally doing. If you're not a big studio, if you're just shooting with your partner and your friends. So
I guess if they want, they're going to find a way. You're not going to have a license. I mean, I've heard from some sex workers in Norway that so Norwegian law, you need 3 months notice before you can be evicted, and the cops in Oslo will go to landlords and say, we're going to charge you with pimping if you don't evict the sex workers. So even though sex work is legal, they will threaten to charge the landlords with pimping. And there was this report by Pion, who are a sex workers group in Norway, who said that there are like hundreds of sex workers who've been illegally evicted, who've lost their deposits and their rent, who haven't been given the proper notice, and the police just aren't doing anything about it. So I guess like that kind of ties in with stigma as well. Like even if it wasn't legal, like what are you going to do if people don't care?
Right. Yeah, let's
I've heard from a few sex workers in the US who say that the stigmatization of criminalization, that criminalization actually increases stigma. And when they're reporting things like crimes done against them, people don't listen, they're not interested, and that all ties in as well.
Yeah, decriminalization alone won't help us report crimes against us. It has to be decriminalization coupled with destigmatization. Because even legal sex work, like stripping, like pornography, is not something we can get the police to protect us while we're doing. There's often this sentiment that if you were assaulted on the job as a sex worker, any kind of sex worker, legal or not, that you knew what you were getting into, you were asking for it, and that you sort of deserved it. And it's a bit of a joke if you decide to come forth saying you were harassed by your strip club manager or that you got assaulted on a porn set. Say, well, aren't you getting paid to do that? No. Getting paid to get assaulted.
That's so bizarre and inconsistent as well, because like when an actor when a theater actor does a romance scene, like if I was to do a romance scene like kissing someone and I got assaulted, nobody would say, well, you knew what you were getting into.
Yeah, if someone were groping you in between shots without asking for your consent when you did a romance scene, everyone would be there to support you. If someone gropes me in between shots when I have not consented, they say, isn't that all part of just what you do? Just allow people to freely touch you at all times, even when you're not being paid for it?
Yeah, there was a case in the UK recently. There was an anti-sex work group who went into strip clubs, legal strip clubs in Sheffield and Manchester, and like filmed the dancers without their consent in order to try and catch them doing something against the law to like shut down the clubs. And that's like, I think there was just an understanding that they could send in these. Yeah, exactly. There was this understanding that it was fine to just send people in to like record people at work against their consent.
And many of those, because of stigma, many of those people could face serious consequences if these videos of their faces and their bodies got out into their communities.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's this kind of assumption that it was fine to do that in the course of trying to like get their livelihood taken away as well.
Wow. People have really interesting ideas about what saving us looks like.
Yeah. So I guess this isn't something that we sort of planned or that it's like touched on before, but you said that it's not just about decriminalization; it's also about tackling the stigma as well. Do you or do APAC or the people you work with? How can we begin tackling that kind of stigmatization? Do you think?
I think a lot of breaking down stigma has to do with humanizing sex workers. And I think that work is happening bit by bit in online platforms and social media in which sex workers have more direct contact with folks. I know for porn stars, we have become so much more humanized through the world of Twitter and people being able to talk to us. In fact, people will say things to us we don't like, and we'll say, "Oh no, I'm a person, and you cannot speak to me that way. But I am glad you enjoy my work. Please continue masturbating to it, but don't tweet me that with your hand on your dick ever again." Although some workers like it when people dirty talk to them on their social media, and they communicate that.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's yeah. Fair enough.
We are not a monolith.
Yeah, fair. So something we did want to talk about is a lot of people view sex work as inherently exploitative, more so than other kinds of labor as well. And in fairness, I've had some communication from sex workers who say it's just a job like any other. That's the majority of people who've spoken to me. But also I've had some who say it's not a job like any other, and it's like really, really different. So is like why people view it as a lot of people view it as inherently more exploitative. Why do you think that is? Do you think it ties in with the stigma and stuff as well, or is it about like how we value sex? Or
we say under capitalism, all work is exploitative, right? In some way, if there is someone else who is benefiting off of your labor, the work will be exploitation. If in capitalism, you're basically forced to work or starve, everything is somewhat coercive. But I would say sex work is not inherently more exploitative than any other form of labor. The only reason it faces worse conditions is this combination of criminalization and stigma that it exists under. And the sooner we break down both of those barriers, the sooner we can start treating sex worker rights as the same as all other labor rights struggles.
Yeah, because something I see, I'm going to touch on this in the video, is something I see a lot of people say is like the industry, both legal and criminalized, features a lot of violence or features a lot of misogyny or features a lot of exploitation. But, you know, like Mack and Smith in their book Revolting Prostitutes, they're like, yeah, it does. Like, they acknowledge that, but they still support decriminalization as a route to trying to tackle it, or at least trying to make sure, like, you know, people aren't also running from the cops.
Right. I am not going to deny that there is violence in sex work and in sexual media and in some of the fetishes that people have. I would like to point out that sexuality is diverse and people have many fetishes, and some people enjoy a bit of violence with their sex. But also that sex work doesn't exist in a vacuum. We are subject to the same patriarchy that every other media is. We are subject to the same patriarchal violence that you see reflected in mainstream film and in mainstream music. And I think that as a society, we have to try to tackle the violent patriarchal views on sexuality. And that definitely shouldn't be a job that's left up to sex workers or the most marginalized to solve on our own. Like, we are the bad people and the reason that sexual violence exists.
I guess as well, it's unreasonable for people to expect sex workers to be like a vessel for that sort of darkness, or for like a container or some sort of necessary sacrifice in the way of that badness as well.
I think as we transform the larger culture from a violent patriarchal view of sex, our fantasies will reflect that, and sex work in turn will do the same. I see it happening more and more in pornography, at least, now that there's more power in the hands of the performers to produce our own content. Now that we can get our own cameras and our own lights fairly easily, we're making queerer work. We're making work that showcases bodies of all different types. We're making things that reflect our actual sexuality, not just the patriarchal male gaze, because we have more power to do so. And I think that transformation will only continue, and I would love to have the public's support as it does.
So I guess that's opening up a kind of pluralism about the value of sex, I suppose, that people are open to valuing it in different ways.
In my dream utopian world, sex work would be fully decriminalized and destigmatized to the point where you could go purchase it openly like any other kind of body work, like going to get a massage, where a cis woman could buy the services of a cis man, and that wouldn't be considered strange or an anomaly. It would be just one of the many services you could get that would make you feel good in your body and in your mind, because it's nice to receive attention sexually and physically. It feels good.
Yeah, fair enough. So I guess I see some people insisting on viewing sex only in one way. I wrote this quote down from Julie Bindel because I think it's like I'm not in the habit of of reading or quoting Bindel, but this thing she said was really like philosophically interesting, because she said, if prostitution is merely sex work, then by its own logic, rape is merely theft. And I thought, but like, to say that two people can engage in a sexual act as part of a commercial transaction isn't the same thing as saying that it can only be valued in a commercial way. Like again, to return to the example of like, if I was assaulted between takes doing like a romance scene, people wouldn't say that's wage theft because he hasn't been like paid for that particular act. It's like, just because it is being valued as part of a commercial transaction doesn't mean it should only be valued that way. It just seems like some people insist on viewing sex only as valuable, like within particular narrow constraints, and are not really interested in this sort of opening up of valuing it or thinking about it in different ways.
Many people view sex as being something that you should only do with someone you love. People who've opened it up more view sex as being something you should only do with someone you're really attracted to. And sex workers view it as something that can be used transactionally. I think a lot of people who balk at the idea of sex work are sort of like people who know they should support gay marriage but still think it's icky when they see two men kissing, because they can't imagine themselves doing it. So it grosses them out and makes them uncomfortable and makes them feel that anyone who's doing it is doing something unnatural or harmful to themselves. But for me, I would rather have mediocre consensual sex with a paying client than mediocre sex with someone off of Tinder.
Yeah, fair point.
And at least I go home at the end of the day with some money and knowing that I've been valued for my time and energy in some way.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
You know, many people have sex for many reasons, and sometimes it's good sex, sometimes it's bad sex, sometimes it's mediocre. Not all sex is this beautiful and holy thing between two people who are deeply in love. And there are many people who are willing to rent out their sexual expression for a time in order to support their lives. And at the end of the day, it's people's choice how they wish to survive under capitalism and sell their labor. If they find that sex work is what works best for them, even if it's just for the time being, it's really important that we respect their agency and try to create a world in which they can do that safely and in a way that respects them.
Mm-hmm. Cool. I think my camera's run out of battery, so I'll just quickly check that.
Let me check my stuff too. It's like, this is a constant paranoia that something's gonna cut out.
I know, all the time.
Yeah, and I'll talk forever.
That's fine. Please.
This is what I spend my days doing, musing on, advocating for, building community around.
Brilliant.
And it's my whole life, and I've done all kinds of sex work. I've done domination, I've done webcamming, I've done stripping, I've done full service sex work, and I've done pornography. I have run the gamut of all of these types of labor, and many sex workers have done multiple forms of it throughout their lives.
One thing that I've found a lot of people telling me is that, especially when they have disabilities or when they have like addiction problems and so on, it's a form of work that they can choose that sort of fits around the rest of their life. I mean, I've had like a lot of emails from people in the UK who say that sex work is the only way for them to survive because disability benefits like isn't enough or is too difficult to access, or they can't get what they would otherwise be entitled to.
I'm just so happy you want to talk about the intersection of sex work and ability.
No, please, like, go off.
I'm currently wearing a dress that is from one of my friends who finally died from all of her chronic illness, but from all of their chronic illness. So they marketed themselves femme, but were using neutral pronouns in their life. But the only way that they could live between their chronic pain flare-ups was with something as flexible as sex work. And honestly, I think they'd be happy to see me wearing this. I'm like, we're doing this for them. Let me get back to actually speaking like I'm being recorded.
No, that's fine. Like, it's interesting that you say that they marketed themselves as femme, but were actually like using gender neutral pronouns. Because something that's come up, especially when I was reading Laura Agustin, is that a lot of people who work in the rescue industry are like basing their understanding of what sex work is like on advertising. They're like counting the number of adverts that appear, or like getting an impression of what the industry is like by looking at the adverts that sex workers put out, which I imagine is not always a very accurate guide. Like you mentioned earlier on, some people like doing the dirty talking and stuff on Twitter, and I imagine that sometimes that's a kind of advertising as well.
It's anything you see on social media or in advertising for sex work is a brand. It's copy. It's all part of what we're selling. Some people will be honest on their social media about being a lesbian who does straight for pay scenes, but many will just pretend to be who they think you want them to be. So there are a lot of people who are very queer or non-binary, operating within the worlds of sex work as this sort of femme creature that they believe their clients want to see. We create a character that we think will sell.
Right. Yeah, I guess it's definitely not the only industry where things a little bit like that go on.
Right. Many people create a character that they think will sell in order to survive.
Yeah. I remembered the thing that I forgot earlier on. So it's zipping back to trafficking for a moment. I see the word trafficking used in all kinds of like complex ways. So I think a lot of people like have an understanding of what they think it's meant to be. But I had an email from a sex worker in the UK who drove their partner to the airport, who was also a sex worker, so that their partner could go on a trip abroad with a client. And they were like, technically, legally, that is sex trafficking. And like, I think in the UK, if you like help a friend migrate legally to the country and then get a flat together, then and are sex workers together, then you can both get done for trafficking each other. So I see trafficking used as like this magic word a lot, but that it kind of seems to be a bit of a sleight of hand.
That is a clever trick and one that we're very aware of. Let's see. Yeah. Actual exploitative labor practices and sex trafficking are bad, but legally a lot of things can fall under the definition of trafficking or of pandering. If you hire a bodyguard to drive you and stand outside to make sure you're safe when you're doing full service sex work, they could potentially be charged with pandering or pimping. Your friend who rents a flat with you, which you both use as an in-call location to see clients, you could be brothel keeping or pimping one another. When people want to criminalize sex work, they will tack on every charge they can to every person they can, many of whom might just be your partner, your safe call, someone you hired as an assistant because you've got too many things to manage. Something a lot of people don't think about much is the intersection of sex work and ability. If someone is chronically ill or struggles with severe anxiety in which it's hard to leave the house, sex work might be the best or even the only option for them. A regular employer isn't going to let you miss a week of work from pain flare-ups several times in a quarter. It doesn't work that way. An employer isn't going to be okay with you being an hour late to work because you had a panic attack trying to leave your front door, but you could work on webcams. Mm-hmm. I've known so many people who have turned to sex work as a viable solution to survive under capitalism with their disability or their mental health problem, and it allows them to make the money they need to make and have the flexibility and spare time they need to care for themselves. And outside of simple ability, some people are fully healthy, or whatever our public conception of that is, and they use that extra time and money to caretake others. Perhaps the elderly, their children, particularly if those children might have disabilities that they're struggling with. Mm-hmm. I've known many people who are doing sex work because it is the best way for them to make large amounts of money with little training and little time, and spend a maximum of time at home with their family that needs a lot of care.
And I guess if somebody gets criminalized and then gets ripped out of that, or like put in prison or whatever, or deported, then that's
what
somebody
happens,
who had a life.
What happens to their sick grandmother and their autistic son?
Yeah, like you've taken somebody who had a life and a role in a community, who was like out there, spending money and going to parties and stuff when they can, and you've reduced them down to this one thing and said, no, get out.
And you've stamped them with the stigma of sex worker and criminal for the rest of their lives. I know a felony charge will follow people forever in the United States, at least.
Whoa. And I guess
you
also,
have to
can't
check.
vote in the US, can you?
You cannot vote. You cannot vote when you are in prison in the United States. And once you leave, many job applications will have a box that you have to tick if you have been convicted of a crime. Right. So it becomes hard to re-enter society in any meaningful way, which almost forces you right back into sex work.
Yeah. There's in the UK you can be hit with something they call the prostitute caution, which has no trial and no appeals, and it turns up on an advanced background check. So if you wanted to be a substitute teacher or something, or do any job that would require an advanced background check, that's going to show up. And I'm sure that even if it's not legal to discriminate against people with the stuff that's on the record, who's gonna check, who's gonna ask.
That's the thing. So if you're not going to discriminate someone, against someone on the basis of their prior record, why would you ask? Why would you need to know? What purpose does it serve?
Yeah. I know that I know that in I forget which Nordic countries exactly, but there's a handful of Nordic countries where if you're from outside the EU and they suspect, not prove, suspect that you are going into those countries to sell sex, you can be denied entry, even though selling sex is legal there. So it's like, there seems to be some kind of very dodgy double standard going on.
I know someone from Australia who got denied entry to the United States because they deduced that she was planning on shooting pornography here, which is in fact legal here. She got turned right around.
Whoa. That's vicious.
Yeah, it's unpleasant out here.
Yeah.
Oh, and there was a point that I wanted to make related to trafficking. I'm going to circle back around.
Yeah.
Sex workers who enter sex work by either choice, circumstance, or coercion benefit from decriminalization. We all tend to benefit from the same sorts of measures. Criminalizing us and driving us underground will only hurt everyone, including the people who have been coerced and have had their rights violated. It forces everyone to a black market and makes everyone more unsafe.
Mm-hmm. I guess with stigma as well. I know that in Sweden, a lot of where they have the Nordic model, a lot of the police attention is paid on women outdoors selling sex to men, which sort of ignores everyone else doing it anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that I know that in San Francisco, I think they've recently changed it, but in New York, I think in some circumstances they can still, if you've got condoms on you when you're stopped and searched, they can still, if they suspect it's trafficking, it's still circumstantial evidence?
Yes, we are currently pushing for a bill, SB 233, here in the state of California that would outlaw the use of condoms as evidence. But even in the state of California, they're technically still admissible at the time of filming as evidence that a street worker is in fact that.
And
there's a lot of profiling that happens there.
Yeah,
when someone is trying to determine whether someone is a street sex worker, they overwhelmingly will target women, femmes, trans folks, and people of color. If a trans woman is walking down the wrong street and has condoms in her purse, that alone could be seen as evidence that she's a sex worker, which is outrageous and encourages people to be unsafe. Sex workers
I guess,
are not,
because then you've got an incentive not to carry them.
Got an incentive. You just have to rely on your clients to bring condoms. And let me tell you what, those guys will come up with all kinds of clever excuses.
I guess you're right that there must be so much profiling that goes on, because I was in New York last week and I'm not American and I was walking around carrying condoms and nobody stopped and searched me, because obviously they're not going to stop and search me.
Well, if you were a Latina trans woman wearing a mini skirt, they might have stopped you for those condoms. Even
if I was just going out and getting tacos or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine this is something that I haven't really been able to find a way to touch on in the video itself or in the script, but I know that it does sort of tie in as the stigma stuff does tie into how we think about drug addiction as well. Because I guess if people, it kind of sort of into what we were saying about if you have a disability or if you have caring responsibilities, I guess if you have an addiction and therefore you can't get ordinary work, that's criminalized as well in a lot of places, but then it's going to be hard to get another kind of work.
Wow. That is so many layers of criminalization and stigma. Here, certainly drugs and sex work are both criminalized, and if someone was turning to sex work because they were an addict, I think a lot of the public attitude would be that they sort of deserved it and that they were a person at the margins who deserved to be punished for their mistakes rather than deserve to have services or help, which is a shame.
I mean, even if somebody thinks, even if somebody does say it's a criminal offense and you don't think it's a drug addict, what about a trial? Even if you are at the stage where you think that drug addicts and sex workers should be punished. Like, it's punishment without trial. And I guess if somebody is an addict, a sex worker, and an undocumented migrant, like, you've the triple whammy.
Yes.
Vicious.
Yeah, it truly is.
Okay, let me just have a look through here. Is there anything else?
I'm looking through my stuff as well.
Yeah. Cool. Cool, we covered all of that. Do that little weird bit from Bindle.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. It just makes me so angry. It makes me so angry when someone basically says that I'm paying. It makes me so angry when someone says I'm basically being paid to be raped, because it means that if I were actually raped, they would view it as being the same as the thing I do every day consensually, and that they would see me as just sort of a casualty. I don't appreciate that sort of thinking that what I do every day is equivalent to rape, because it cheapens what could happen if I did in fact need assistance. Yeah,
definitely. And I guess again that's just wildly inconsistent, because nobody ever says that about actors, about like theater actors. No one ever says that.
I think about other jobs. Like, sex work is one of the only jobs in which you're required to love your job to do it. There are only two types of sex workers people can think of, as an exploited victim or just sort of a happy hooker who's a real nymphomaniac. Mm-hmm. Most people exist somewhere in the middle. Yeah. They're not really coerced, other than you have to work to live. And they don't love their work, but it's pretty okay sometimes if they get to do an activity they like with a person that they'd prefer. But most of the time, it's just a job. Yeah. Like, the person at Starbucks doesn't love every latte they make and every person they make it for. But it's okay. It's a job.
And they also still have to pretend like they do.
Yes, they have to pretend.
They still have to smile. Like,
they have to pretend they like you for tips. Bartenders get so harassed.
Yeah. I have to, when I do a romance scene, I have to pretend like I enjoy it as well, even if I don't. Because that's how it works.
Right. And is it that big an imposition to pretend you enjoy it?
Not really, no.
No.
It's just part of the job.
And, like, doesn't the act of pretending you enjoy it almost half trick you for a second, and you just kind of flow through it until it's over?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes.
Oh, no, if it's a bad day. You know?
Yeah.
And, honestly, what I tell people... I'll tell you. A lot of times people say, what do you do if you have a client who's unattractive? They would say that a lot when I was stripping and doing full service work. And I just laugh at them, because it is completely immaterial. I don't care if my client is attractive. I care that they don't assault me, that they pay in full, and that they have good hygiene so they don't make me retch. I just want them to be a good client. I don't need them to be a good sexual or romantic partner. I have those in my own personal life. They're just a customer.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, cool. Is there anything else you wanted to cover, or anything else you wanted to talk on, or any bit that you want to go back over again?
Oh, yeah. I wanted to point something out.
Go for it.
If you're really concerned about trafficking and pimps and folks who might want to exploit the labor of sex workers, decriminalization will serve them best. Because if something is criminalized, that is frequently why you would turn to a pimp. A pimp provides you with protection, which you can't go to the police for. And a pimp provides you with advertising, which you can no longer do online after a false disaster.
Yeah, I've heard from a lot of sex workers in the US who are just like, ironically, this has actually pushed more people into a dangerous situation.
And criminalization often does. And criminalizing just the buyers attracts buyers who are okay with doing criminal activities. It attracts the worst kind of people and creates the most unhealthy environment in which one could do one's labor.
Yeah. And I guess, like, it sort of ties into the stigma thing of like, when you go and see a magic show and they, like, make somebody disappear, it's not just that it happens so fast that you can't see it. It's like, on some level, people want to believe that that person really has vanished and isn't just, like, stuck in a tiny box under the stage.
Yeah, but we're stuck in a tiny box.
Yeah.
And I have enough respectability, politics, and privilege on my side that I can come out here and scream at the top of my lungs for everybody else.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I
think we got all the things, and that's like
cool.
More than enough. You're gonna have to edit that way down into sound bites to fit it into your video.
Definitely. Is there anything that you want me to not include? And of course, if you think of anything later on, then feel free. Is there anything you want? Don't include this.
No, I'm okay with you including anything where I referenced myself doing full service and all of that. That's fine.
Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, and obviously if you think of anything else, let me know.
Yeah, the police negative stuff is fine. Literally everybody who's spoken to me for 5 minutes knows that I'm the filthiest leftist. So, like, they're used to, like, just the ACAB patch and everything. They're like, okay, there goes Riley.
Brilliant. You're a fantastic choice for a consultant on this. I'm so glad you got in touch. I was like, no wonder you ended up finding my show.
Oh, no wonder whatsoever. It's like, I'm like, just pour all the leftist YouTube propaganda straight into my face. I'm so happy that you guys exist because, you know, there's an awful lot of theory out there that says it's for the worker, but it's completely inscrutable. And I'm like, oh, great. Yeah, sure. A plumber's going to be able to, like, read all this. And sure, maybe they are, but lots of times they aren't. Like, a lot of people who are doing labor in the world aren't people who are going to have access to or interested in reading in just tomes and tomes of theory. But you know what they can do? They can watch the YouTube video and say, yes, that's the thing. That's the thing that's always been wrong with the world that I knew was wrong but couldn't explain. And now here's someone who explained it to me without me having to spend a shit ton of money and 4 years in Arizona.
Well, I'm really glad you say that.
I really love, like, the breaking down of the gatekeeping of, like, leftist knowledge and theory that is happening through YouTube. It's beautiful.
Fingers crossed is what I'm trying to do. Anyway,
that's the concept.
I hope it's not just like
there's
masturbatory,
just completely masturbatory. It's all of us who already are into it, just watching it.
Well, yeah, that's what I worry about. I worry also about, you know, coming in and like being an authority or becoming a celebrity as part of it, which is like, I know something a lot of left YouTubers worry about.
Yeah, it's like and becoming a spokesperson or like being like, obviously sex workers are not a monolith.
Yep.
I always like take care to add a caveat, even in the fluff interviews I do now, because people will ask how I got into sex work. And I, of course, have the incredible privilege to say, oh, you know, I went to college and I was working in my field, but I was going to sex parties on weekends and I decided I'd do this because I thought it sounded fun and I'm a slut. And, like, for me, that's not, like, branding. It's my real story, and I don't want to erase my own real story. But I also don't want to delegitimize people who are just like, this is fine. It's a job. I can do it. I'm pretty, and it will pay the bills. Like, that is also legitimate. And there are a lot of people who, like, they're like, ooh, you're so authentic. Like the other ones are not authentic and not worthy. And I'm like, you get the out of my house with that.
Okay, brilliant. Oh yeah, two more things with housekeeping. One is you don't have PayPal, but if you can find a way to invoice me and let me know how to pay you for this and for the script,
I might even have you.
Done. Whatever you need. Yeah, invoice me whenever you like, and I'll get that paid swiftly.
Thank you.
And the stuff you've recorded on your end, obviously the sooner you get that to me, the sooner I can keep working on it. But tomorrow I'm basically going to shut myself in the house and just try and finalize the script.
Be in the cave with the script. Yeah, and I'd love to see it as it comes along. Although I know you're like doing this on a time crunch because of my cold.
No, that's all right. It's also for me. But yeah, if you've got any script consulting or any input at any point, you've got access to the Google Doc too. Cool. So if there's nothing else you wanted to touch on, I can stop the recording.
Yeah, let's stop recording. We could go from that.
So
stop you. And stop you. Okay, buddy. Oh, son of a bitch.